What's up, bitches? Hey, motherfuckers. I think it's working, right? You all see me? Jason in the house. Scott, what's up? What's up, homies? Can you all say something? Somebody. Say anything. Oh, Jesus Christ. Way too strong. Let's see here. Okay. It looks like it's working. Fuck it. Anything. There we go. Finally. Someone answers. What's going on, guys? Thought it started a little early. I know I said 4:30. Well, shit, it ain't that fucking early, is it? I thought it started a little early. And try to get a lot of this other shit out of the way. You guys in the chat, have you seen Thor yet? What's up, Rhino? Rhino's in the house. Who's seen Thor? Anybody? Nobody? Yo, 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 yo. Going tonight. Awesome, awesome. I am going to give a spoiler-free review in the beginning, Ryan, but I won't spoil anything. Scott, tomorrow. Yeah, I'll do the spoiler stuff on Meatheads. So, yeah, but I just want to briefly talk about it because I've had some people ask me and what I thought about it and is it worth seeing and where do I put it at and all that. So, I thought I'd get into a little of that today on the show for my movie news segment. But yeah, man, I digged it. Venom Pool, yeah, man, that was cool. But I mean, was there a link or something? Is it an action figure, Jason? Is it a statue? I couldn't tell. I didn't know what it was. It was a cool image. I just didn't know. And somebody said, well, I know what I'm buying or something like that. So I figured it was some type of, it was an action figure or something. Yeah, half-price tickets, man. Half-price tickets you cannot fucking beat. I actually got an early bird special, $9. That's not too bad. So I thought that was pretty cool. I didn't try to use my movie pass. I should have tried. Marvel Legends series. GameStop exclusive. Really? Okay, I'll have to write that down. Marvel Legends is having a GameStop exclusive? That's definitely different. I'll write that down. Marvel Legends. Okay. Hey, look at that. Even I learned something on the fucking show. See, we're educational, man. We're changing people's fucking lives. Debo's in the house. What's up, Debo? And Dennis Richardson, everybody. Everybody give a big hand, round of applause for Dennis Richardson from Botched. What's up, Dennis? You sexy son bitch. You gotta say it right, man. You gotta say, what'd you, Philatucky? Ain't that what you said? Penatucky? What's up, Jay? What's up, buddy? Hey, man, we gotta get your shirt, dog. Shannon almost sold it out of the back of the truck the other day. She's like, oh, we've got a medium. I went, that's not that, guys. This is Jason's medium. The blazing definitely report. That's awesome. Pennsatucky. Yeah, there you go. We'll get it, man. We'll get it to you. I'm on vacation this week, so we can get it done. Well, it's 4:30. It's 4:30. Let me make sure my ITO is working. Oh, it's a large? Would you gain some weight, motherfucker? No, I got you. No, I've got some larges. And I think I have, no, I don't have any XLs. I've got Jason's 4X or whatever the fuck it is. Him and McFall about broke my budget on them big ass shirts. I'm a beast. Yes, you are a beast. What is this here? Disney reported has held its talks to purchase. Yeah, I seen that. Charles and them were talking about it in the Giant Size Team Up Network page. Yeah, that kind of sucks. I didn't know a whole lot about it. I was going to talk about it on the show today. But since Breaking the Panel's going to cover it, it looks like I'm just going to let them guys do it. They're better at that shit than I am. They get in the weeds, man. They get in the weeds. Oh, is Casey in the chat yet? Casey Strohs. And for y'all who don't know, Casey Strohs was on the 50th episode with me. It's fantastic. Big comic book guy. Does a great job. He's got his own podcast with a couple other guys. He is going to be on Breaking the Panel now. So that's fantastic. If I could figure fucking OBS out, I would have him on the show more. But OBS is fucking some bullshit. And maybe it's me. I don't know. I know that my rig is more powerful enough to run OBS. And for some reason, I have more lag and I still can't see. Like right now, I can see the chat and I can see the questions and everything. So in OBS, I can't. I was relying on Casey last time because he could. And I'm like, well, what the fuck are you doing that I'm not doing? You know, so I don't know. If there was a workshop on OBS, I would take that motherfucker. I think I would. But this is Kentucky, and like we're just now getting internet service in some places, so you know they're on AOL and shit still. I don't know. All right, man, let's get to it. What do you think? Oh shit, Casey, there he is. It's no bullshit. X-Men coming to the MCU. No bullshit. Got my black rifle. Yeah, hey, how do you like your black rifle? Oh, Ryan, yes. Yeah, I mean, they say it's a frame per second rate, and you need this much RAM. Dude, I've got that. Like, I looked at minimum requirements. I looked at maximum requirements. I'm right there smack in the middle, so I should have no problem. My PC runs at like 30% when I'm running OBS. Even when I had Casey in with the Skype and like he was freezing and shit, you know, maybe it was Casey's Atari ass computer. I don't know. No, I'm just kidding. I don't know what it was, but I still couldn't see the chat. That's probably something on me, but okay. Oh, Jason, yeah, you liked it, huh? Good, man. Good. Yeah, it's what did you get, Jason? What kind of coffee did you get? Like, what was the flavor? Was it murdered out, caffeinated as fuck? Coursera? Freedom Brew. Oh, that's the limited line. Freedom Brew. Hey, how did I respond to my own shit? So did I just get hacked? How did the Blazy Friend report? That's funny. Yeah, okay, the Freedom Blend. Yeah, I haven't tried that yet, man. I think it's a light roast, if I'm not mistaken. I'm not a big light roast fan. That's the reason I haven't tried it yet. But I do get the variety pack now because I have so much murdered out. They've given me so much murdered out that I've stocked up. So I started getting the variety blend, which they send me different shit. Blackbeard's Delight is like my new fucking favorite. Thank you for that, Jason. I'm going to check that out. I mean, yeah, I would love to know what I'm doing wrong. You know, this is fucked up. This is a funny thing. I know I'm getting off on a tangent, but like, okay, it's medium dark. Okay, I didn't know that. All right, well, I might check that out then. The Freedom Blend. I like a medium dark because I think that's what Blackbeard's Delight is. Yeah, I'm telling you, man, Blackbeard is like, it's really fucking good. Murdered Out's my favorite, but Blackbeard's Delight is really, really good. Blackbeard's Delight. But anyway, back to what I was going to say. Oh, like, what do we do now? Like, in this day and age, what do we do now? Who's got more World Series titles? Oh, it's the Dodgers. Oh, it's the A's. No, it ain't. It's what did we do use back in the day? you used to call a friend that knew this shit, and then if you couldn't get a hold of him, you just argued. Nowadays, you grab your fucking, your magic box, the one I'm using right here, and you ask it. So, OBS. All right. How do I do this? How do I do that? How do I bring somebody in from Skype? How do I do this? How do I do that? And then there's always a nifty Asian dude on fucking YouTube that's done a video, right? So, great, Asian dude. Show me how to fucking do it. Oh, it's so simple. Nah, I mean, that was more Indian, wasn't it? Now, I don't want to be insensitive to anybody, but what I'm saying is, they get on there and, oh, click here, click there, highlight this. Well, guess what? When I go there, there is no option. There is no bringing a Skype box. There is none of this. There is none of that. And it's like, motherfucker, this is everything that I do. So I need to start making videos when I go to do shit, because it's never, ever that fucking easy. It's always fucked up. And then I bring in an expert, Paul Klotz. Paul Klotz was my expert on OBS. You know, Paul's like, oh yeah, we'll figure it out, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, I'm excited. You know, like, Paul knows his shit. Paul's a smart guy. Paul uses OBS. It's fantastic. So then we start getting into it. He goes, well, now click this. Now bring in your Skype box. Paul, hold on. When I click that, nothing pops up. Huh? Yeah, I've got nothing. Well, that's weird. Guess what, Paul? I have mechanics say that to me. I have plumbers say that to me. People at the bank say, oh, well, that's weird. We've never seen that before. Welcome to my life, motherfuckers. So, yeah, like, OBS is so easy and all this shit, and I go to these videos. Nah, man, it ain't. It's never that easy with me. So, yeah. You know, it's amazing I do anything at all, to be honest. I should just fucking lay down all the time, which I do a lot. But, hey, guys, we're going to start the show. Thanks for everybody being here on a Monday. What else did you have to fucking do, right? But, no, I really appreciate you could be doing anything else but doing this with me right now, so I really appreciate it. This is a part of the show. You get the behind-the-scenes shit. Like, when you go to the iTunes page, you won't hear none of this because I'm getting ready to start the live audio for the iTunes media right here. What up, Mike? On the Mike.com. Anybody need a producer? Mike Woodard, producer extraordinaire, creator of men's theme music, which is all you really need to fucking know. But no, hey, Mike, Blazing Defender Report 54. I believe that's right. 54, and you did not mess up in the numbering. That was all me, because I'm an idiot. But my executive producer, Frederick Debo, he pointed out that I was wrong. So this is 54, I'm pretty sure. If not, we'll fix it in post. It's no big deal. But hey, man, those bumpers that you put on the comic news, movie news is really fantastic. So, and you still haven't told me if you're seeing my markers or not. I don't know if you are or not, but I just gave you one because we're going to start the show. One glass, one more sip. Blackbeard's delight, bitches. And welcome, everyone, to the Blazing Defender Report, episode 54. What's going on, everybody? I'm your host, Travis Jones, the Blazing Defender himself, letting you motherfuckers know that the Nerdageddon will be televised. And we are televising it right now on Facebook Live. I want to thank all the people in the chat right now. We love you guys. I love the feedback. I love it when you even troll me. That's fine. Adam, Andrew, you can troll me all you want. But what's going on, guys? I'm your host today. I'm going to shepherd you through the week of nerddom, of comic goodness. So sit back, grab a brew, grab a cup of Black Rifle coffee, and just relax. We're going to talk about Thor Ragnarok. I went and seen it recently. I went and seen it Friday morning. I'm going to give you a spoiler-free review of that because I know there's some people in the chat right now that have not seen the movie, so I don't want to spoil anything. But I can tell you what I thought about it without spoiling things. And if I do, well, sorry. No, I won't spoil anything. But guys, I'm really excited because there's been some fantastic comic books come out this week. Really, really good books. Wasn't a huge week, but I thought the quality was, it's been one of the best weeks, I think. And mainly because of one book. And if you guys know me and you know who I'm a fan of, so you're probably going to pick it right away what my pick of the week is this week. But it was so fucking good. And I'm so excited. Like, this is no lie. I literally almost cried at the end of it. Like, I almost cried. Like, when he was speaking on the panel, like when I was reading his words, I was like, yes, he's back. Yes, Casey, you are correct. But for everybody listening on iTunes, I will save that spoiler for the review. But yeah, got a pretty cool show for you guys. I know you're like, you say that every week. And well, guess what? I do have a cool show for you every week. Now, some weeks are better than others. I love it all, man. I love it all. Like, Wednesday's like my favorite day of the week. I'm a firefighter, so every day's Friday to me. You know, because I work 24 on, 48 off. So every day I work is fucking Friday. So I get a bunch of Fridays, right? What other day would I like better than that? Comic book day, Wednesday. So I love it all. But today, or this past Wednesday, was a great, great week. I would have had the show on Friday, but it was my 10-year anniversary. So me and my wife had plans for the weekend and stuff. So here I am back. Glad to be with you guys. But first, before we get to all the comic goodness, a brief word from our sponsors. No, I've always wanted to say that for some reason. Isn't that weird? You hear it all the fucking time. So yeah, when you get an opportunity to say it, you want to fucking say it. So, hey, I've got to say it. I got to do it right. I got to do these guys right. This is Collector Zone. Love, love, love Collector Zone. I love it so much. I want to read you all something on their website. And the reason I'm reading this is because I just now noticed it. So I went to their website just to see if there was any sales, what they were selling, what was new. And then they've got this thing. It's called About Us. And there's some Funko images of the owners, which Marcos's is fantastic, by the way. So it says, you know, they were established in 2016. A group of friends and collectors who decided to combine their knowledge about collecting and bring a personal touch to a business. We believe that collecting is a very personal moment in someone's life, so why not make a company who cares and helps you fulfill those moments? Any company can sell you a collectible, but Collector Zone was made with the idea of treating all of our members and friends as partners. We're always involved with our new members, and we invite you all to contact us and interact and enjoy. And what they mean by that is you can ask them. You can reach out and ask those guys for help finding something. And they go looking for it. Like, I've seen it on their Facebook page in the cantina. I've seen it several times. That's really cool. You can't do that with anybody else. Now, granted, if Collector Zone ever blows up to the size of Sideshow Collectibles, you may not be able to do that anymore. But I doubt it, because this is the foundation that they have built their business on. I'm glad to be a part of them. I was actually doing a purchase with them on eBay when Marcos and I came in contact with each other. And one thing led to another, and here we are. We're partners. I'm very, very proud of what they do. And for you, Andrew, I'm glad you said that. Because if you think they're expensive, I'm going to save you some money. Okay, so if you go to their website and you get to the coupon code, enter Blazing Defender 20, you'll take 20% off your total order. Now, guys, Christmas is coming up. Christmas is coming up. You can put a shit ton of these Funko Pops in a stocking. So, and they've got everything, man, from Metallica to NBA to World Series shit. I mean, they get like high-end collectibles. They get stuff from San Diego Comic-Con. They get stuff from the 2017 Funko Toy Convention. So they've got all kinds of really cool shit, man. And they've got other collectibles as well besides Funko stuff. They have NECA stuff, which you've never seen NECA collectibles. They're really, really cool and very reasonable price for the detail and rendering that you get. So, yeah, and 20%, if you're buying 3 or 4 of these things, can really save you some dough. So please go to the website, check out CollectorZone.com. proud partner with the Blazing Defender Report. Now, if you're in the Louisville, Kentucky area, I get this a lot. People say, hey man, where do you buy your comic books at? Well, that's a good question. It's changed. I went to Comic Book World for years, for 20-something years. The management changed. Not that it's a bad store, by any means it's not. But I've recently relocated to the Zone Comic Shop on... real quick, for iTunes listeners, I do want to answer somebody in the chat real quick. I'm not sure about that, Ryan. That's Marcos is somebody you can contact about that. I don't know if they do sell McFarlane toys or not. I can't seem to remember them being on the list. If you go to the website, everybody that they sell is out there, but I'm not saying that they could not find a McFarlane toy that you're looking for. And McFarlane's got great shit, man. Trust me, I've got several. Yeah, so check out their website. And like I said, save at 20%. So, yeah, guys, check them out. Check out the Zone Comic Shop on Her Lane in Louisville, Kentucky. He's had 2 huge sales the last 2 Saturdays. Dan that runs the Zone is a huge nerd. You can go in there and talk to him about comic books for hours if you want to. He's got a beautiful shop. He's got toys everywhere. He can order whatever you want. I'll order a lot of high-end collectibles from him, like Sideshow stuff. I just ordered some Mezco stuff. Like, I'll text him. Hey, can you get this? Can you get this? I need to pre-order this because I don't want it to sell out. Bob and Dan's like, I got you. And that's all you really want to hear is I got you. Gives me a pretty nice discount for doing it too. So check out the Dan on Her Lane in Louisville, Kentucky. It's a fantastic comic shop. Go get you a pull list. He gives a discount for everybody that has a pull list, which is pretty cool. I'm not sure what it is, but go check out the Zone Comic Shop. All right, and of course, always Black Rifle, one of the first supporters of the show. I'm proud partner with them. Join their their comic club. God, that would be awesome if you could get comics and coffee at the same time. Somebody needs to do that, right? Did I just blow some shit up right there? Comics and coffee? No, I know there's a podcast, but there needs to be like a place you can go, drink Black Rifle and read comic books. That would be awesome. But get in their coffee club today, save some money. I know some of you guys, even in the chat, have already got your coffee and you love it, and I'm really, really glad to hear that. So please check that out. And last but not least, proud member of the Giant Size Team Up Network. They took me in a long time ago, said, hey man, we like what you do. And I was like, what? Well, I think you got the wrong guy, man. You know, I do a weird comic book show that has no production value at all. And they're like, no, man, we dig you. You know, we like what you do. We think you would fit in with us. And I'm like, yeah, where do I sign up? And then, lo and behold, they're a great, great bunch of guys. And not only that, man, 4 shows out of the 6 are 2017 Podcast Award nominees. Myself, this show, Botched, a D&D podcast, Breaking the Panel, Pokemon Go. Our newest acquisition is Toy Power. There are some Aussies that talk about toys and shit. They talk about a lot of vintage stuff, which is really, really cool. I have yet to check them out, but I'm going to, guys, I promise. And look, guys, I'm telling you right now, if you have not seen or heard of Botched, you've got to listen to these guys, man. It's like, you know, you've got this image of D&D nerds. I know I do. And these guys not only do not fit that, but they should. Like, if you looked at them, you wouldn't think this. But then when you listen to them, you're like, holy shit, these guys are fucking nerdtastic. And then when you, like, meet them, you're like, this doesn't fit at all. They're such an enigma. But they have a great show. It's funny. It's like one of my favorite podcasts to listen to. I'm a little behind on it because of everything. But, hey, man, they're fantastic, and you need to check them out. And for my boy, my sidekick co-host that's in the chat right now, I have to give a shout out to Casey Strohs, who is, correct me if I'm wrong, Casey, but pretty much a permanent fixture of Breaking the Panel now. Congratulations, man. That's fantastic. That's a great show. those guys really get into the weeds. Really intelligent guys. That's the reason I'm not on the show much. I used to co-host, and they were probably like, man, get this fucking guy. He really breaks our show down. So you guys really need to check it out. I mean, they really kind of like hit like comic book shit on a social, intellectual level, which again is why I'm not on the show much. But I do like to listen to it. And like when Chris Wisdom talks, I just kind of fast forward. So, and you can do the same thing. Yes, he has been nailed to the wall, ladies and gentlemen. Casey Stroh's permanent fixture on Breaking Panel. That's awesome, man. Congratulations. Guess you can't be my sidekick anymore, but oh well, I guess I'd find somebody else. No, I'm just kidding. Casey, you're always welcome on this show, brother, and I'll get you on very, very soon. All right, man. That's enough of that crap. All right. First of all, before we get into Ragnarok, for the movie news, gave a little pause from my producer. He does I think he calls them stingers or bumpers. I'm not sure what they call them because I don't edit shit. Maybe Dennis knows in the chat. But like when I do comic news and movie news, he does this, I don't know what it is. He does this thing now where it goes comic news, movie news. I don't know. Well, I'm in the movie news section, Mike. And what I wanted to say was there is a lot of Justice League scenes that have leaked. Not really know. I don't think they've leaked. I'm pretty sure Warner Brothers leaked them, so it's not like a hack leak. But they're out there to watch, is my point. Don't watch them. Do not watch them. For one thing, you're going to go, DC is really bad about showing you everything in the trailer anyway. I feel like I've already seen too much. Now I don't want to be tempted to go look at scenes and then go to the movie and go, well, fuck, I've seen everything. And let me tell you about a scene. Like, I did watch one scene, and I was mad at myself because I don't know what happened before. So, everything that happened in this scene, I'm taking out of context of where this scene is supposed to be. So, I'm already forming opinions on this movie by watching these scattered scenes. So, I don't know why they do this. I think it's just, okay. For the older guys in the group, do you remember, like, we didn't used to see a lot of movie trailers as kids. Like, you heard about a movie and you might see like a 20-second spot on TV and go, what is this Star Wars thing? It looks so cool. You know nothing about it. And then when you went to the movie, you were like, holy shit, what is this? Pulp Fiction for me. A buddy of mine was like, we watched the trailer, we were hanging out drinking beer, and he goes, man, I like John Travolta. I was like, yeah, I did too. I ain't seen that motherfucker in a minute. Let's go watch it. Had no idea what we were getting into. And this is all, pre-internet. So when we went, we were blown away by this choreography, this different directing style, this script that was insanity. And we loved every minute of it. It's so hard to have that now. I was listening to a review of Ragnarok today, and the guy was like, I really wish they could have kept the Hulk. I wish they hadn't showed him in the trailer. And it's like, you're a fucking idiot, because the main goal is to get people excited about going to the movie. And that's what they do. Showing you the Hulk and Thor, they had everybody's money. And I don't think they showed a whole lot of the Hulk. So I thought they did that pretty well. Just really in the arenas where you've seen him, but he's in other parts too. So I thought they did a very good job of Marvel does a good job at trailers. DC, not so much. So what I'm saying is, if you've got to see the scene, go watch it. But take everything with a grain of salt until you see the picture as a whole, and then make a decision on it. And DC fans, comic book fans as a whole, are just really critical of DC movies. So, all right, Ragnarok. I've already had one guy, like when I posted my my little promo about the show being on, there's a picture of Thor where he's smiling like, oh, my friend from work, and the guy immediately goes, man, that movie sucked. And I was like, oh, really? Well, what didn't you like about it? I get it. Why? It's not going to be everybody's cup of tea. And what I mean by that, and I was afraid of this reading the reviews, the humor. There's a lot of humor. There's a lot of comedy. It's a very, very different take from the previous two Thor films. And not only that, I think it even takes it a little bit further than the Guardians film did. Now, this is where Guardians 2 failed for me, which is I felt like they tried to inject too much humor and it didn't work. In this movie, I feel like it was almost too much humor, but it still worked for me. I'm a Thor fan. And the reason I like the God of Thunder, not the Lord of Thunder, the God of Thunder, is because he's a bad motherfucker. He's a Viking god. He drinks, he beats people up, he kills people, and he bangs chicks. Not much not to like about a dude like that. Oh, and he's got beautiful blonde hair and can grow a fucking epic beard. So there's really not anything not to like about the Odin son. So when I was reading all these reviews with all this humor, even people that didn't like the movie loved the comedy, I'm like, oh man, they're going to make Thor goof. And I didn't like that. I was already having these preconceived notions in my head. And then I go see the movie. And I'm like, if they didn't make him so badass, he would have been a goof. But he's badass, he's lovable, he's relatable. Like, you know, maybe Thor shouldn't be so relatable. But what I'm telling you is, it worked for me. It won't work for some people. And I totally understand that. What I don't understand is people that love the Guardians films that don't like this. And I'm like, I don't understand that because this is way more humorous than the Guardians films, I think. And I loved both of them, to be honest. I loved the first one. It's one of my favorite Marvel movies. I love the second one. I thought it failed on some levels, but mostly it was pretty successful for what it was. This movie here, I feel like, is the perfect amount of badass and comedy. It was a lot of fun. Now, the story is the story. It's not too deep, but I like shit like that, okay? Do I have any Bloodsport fans in the room? Did anybody like fucking Rambo? How about The Predator? Did you like those movies? Well, guess what? Not much of a fucking story there, guys. But you were entertained. There was badass moments. You laughed. You went, yeah! You went, yes! You know, like fucking Thor does. It was the perfect balance of comedy and badassery. I mean, it really, really was. Which it vaults really, really high on my Marvel scale because of that. And I'm a Thor fan. So, but, Taika Waititi. Taika Waititi? I think that's how you say his name. I don't know. I sounded it out and shit on my paper, but I think I still butchered it. He comes from a comedic background, and I thought that he did a really, really good job. Now, there's one scene, and everybody's asked me about this scene. I won't spoil it, but it is at the very end of the movie, almost the very end of the movie. Something very climactic happens that's going to resonate through the Marvel Universe for a long time. And then there's not only one joke, there's two jokes. And they come from the character called Grog, who is actually played by Waititi. So maybe that's why that shit didn't hit the cutting room floor, which I think it should have. But other than that, I thought they did a really good job balancing it. But let me tell you this, guys. For you comic book fans, there are so many callbacks to Walt Simonson. There's so many, with Scourge. Scourge's storyline is taken, right out of the comic books. Which some people are going to find a little lacking. I think they might. But when his tale ended the way it ended, I was like, his subplot or whatever you want to call it, I was like, yes, awesome. I see what you did there. That was fucking cool. Great nod to the comic books. Oh, and I posted an Easter egg article that I thought was really good that hit most of them on the Blazing Defender Report page on Facebook. There's one that no one's caught yet, but god damn it, I know it. And it's from my boy Jason Aaron, who I won't give it away, but in his God Butcher run, one of the first run he did, the Mighty Thor, there is, he's the librarian of the Hall of Gods, which is basically a big library for gods and their texts and their stories and their fables and all this. And this librarian is an asshole. Like, he's an old, crusty fucking asshole. And he asked Thor, well, are you the god of this? And that is a line in the movie. I won't say who even says it, but I'm like, Jason Aaron. Yes. So I thought that was really cool. No one's really wrote about that yet from what I've seen. So I thought that was a really cool nod. But there's so many of those Easter eggs, man. It's really, really cool. So I loved it. Cannot wait to see it again. That's kind of what I'm waiting for. I need to watch it twice before I do my review. Because I go to watch it as a fan. I'm a fan of all this stuff. I try not to be too much of a critic, but I know I do a podcast where I do this shit. So I feel like I have to be a little bit critical sometimes. So the second time I go, I'm going to look at it from, rising action to falling action to resolution. And we'll see where it falls and all that. But hey, man, for $9, $10, whatever I paid for, take my money. Take my money again. I'll pay $20 to see that movie again. It was fantastic. I loved it. Some of the best fight scenes in any Marvel movie. And the Captain America movies, I thought the fight scenes were fantastic. These are in such more of an epic scale. The Hela fight scene was almost reminiscent of the Donnybrook from Matrix Revolutions. Like, it was so flawless and cool. She's a bad bitch, and I never thought I'd say Cate Blanchett was hot as hell, but she really was. So, yeah, I love the movie. And the end of this movie, like I said before, is going to have major ramifications throughout the Marvel Universe. And for Thor. Maybe not so much for the entire MCU as for Thor himself. So, very, very cool stuff, man. Guys, go out and see it. You're going to love it. I hope you love it. And if you don't love it, yeah, even if you do love it, let me know what you thought about it. Let me know what you think about the humor. Was it too much? Was it just right? I thought it was a perfect balance. But we'll see. I'm trying to see here if I had anything else. Oh, and I tell you, I feel like, and I can say this without it spoiling anything, there is, you always have this argument. Remember I was talking about on the cell phones earlier, like, oh, who would do this? Who's stronger? Who's stronger than this? And you don't know. Well, I hate it. Like in BVS, I feel like, when people say Batman can beat Superman, people go, bullshit. I feel like there was a definitive answer there. Yes, he can. So you always hear, who's stronger, Hulk or Thor? Who would win in a fight? A knockdown, drag-out fight. Who would win? I think this movie pretty much gives you the answer. Like, it's ambiguous and definitive all at the same time. So if for nothing else, you go see it to find out who'd be better. So pretty cool movie. I loved it. Can't wait to see it again. All right, that's enough of that. No spoilers. I told you, man, no spoilers. I'm not going to spoil shit. I didn't. Okay, comic book reviews for last week. Like I said, guys, great fucking week in comic books. Not the biggest week, but quality-wise, one of the best weeks that there was. Okay, I'm going to start with Batman 34. This is Tom King's Batman. I love me some Tom King. His last run, the War of Jokes and Riddles, where it was basically the Riddler and the Joker that were warring against each other, and Batman's kind of caught in the middle. He was kind of a bit player till the end. Fantastic run, right? All right, now we have, for those you don't know, spoiler alert, this happened several issues ago, Batman has proposed to Selena Kyle, Catwoman. And they're going to be married. She said yes, so I assume they're engaged or whatever. Well, there is a storyline that happened back in Snyder's run where Catwoman was blamed for the death of over 300 people. And she's a wanted fugitive. And Batman actually tracked her down to bring her in and then found out that she didn't do it. So now we have this nightmare Batman from BVS. Like, he's got the trench coat, he's got the goggles on his head and shit, which is one of my favorite iterations of the character. Him and Catwoman have went to see Talia al Ghul we find out in this issue, to find this person that has committed this crime. Now, here's some of the things that I liked about the issue. Love Jolie Jones's art. Holy shit. I don't know where this shit came from. Bitch can draw. I'm telling you. She can fucking draw. Like I said, this Nightmare Batman is one of my favorite iterations of the character. And they're in the desert, so it kind of makes sense. But they pulled it straight out of BVS, which I really dig. And as a side note, it's not even a side note really, but it's kind of a side plot in the story. I love this Damian Dick Grayson callback to the Grant Morrison run where they become like, they have this bond. And if anybody knows anything about Damian Wayne, the new Robin, he is maybe the biggest dick. Even for a fucking kid, he's the biggest little shit in the fucking DC universe. And he's a bad motherfucker. Well, in Dick Grayson, arguably could definitely fill Batman's shoes and not miss a beat. So, Dick's pretty bad boy himself. But they had this bond, and this whole Selena getting to be his stepmom, they're going to go see his real mom, has got Damian fucking twisted. And he's went to Superman. Superman's like, I can't help you. Bruce asked me not to help you guys in this. He's got to do this himself. So the whole Dick Grayson Damian thing I thought was really, really good. Again, I say we find out why they're going to go see Talia. Bats, I assume, is going to try to clear Selena's name. I guess because he wants to. I don't know. I mean, she's still Catwoman. He's still Batman. Everybody thinks Catwoman did it. Selena Kyle can still go on. I don't know. But he's wanting to clear the name. He says he just wants to talk to her. But I think we all know that's not how it's going to go down. And Talia's like, come get her. Talia's a bad bitch. The most dangerous chick. I thought Shiva was the most dangerous chick in the DCU. But Batman says it's this chick. So, I don't know. This is what I didn't like. The dialogue between Batman and Catwoman. It just seems goofy to me. Like, it's like, okay, they're engaged. We know they've been in this relationship. And he's making them talk like they've been married for 30 years. And he calls her Cat and she calls him Bat. I don't know. It's like, me and my wife had pet names for each other too. Okay? And I don't know. Maybe they're goofy too. But if I was in a comic book, I wouldn't, if I was in a story, I wouldn't be calling her that. I'd be like, Shannon, goddammit, duck, or whatever. But yeah, I didn't like it. The story's a little muddled, but Tom King's style, I said this before, it's like Bruce Lee, like, the art of fighting without fighting. Like, it's Tom King's art of writing without writing. It's just weird. He's got a weird style. This is a transitional issue, so let's let it be that. I still liked it, and I love Tom King. He delivers when you don't think he's going to, so I still have faith in it, and I love the artwork, so there you go. 7-0 for Batman 34. All right, White Knight number 2 by fucking Sean Murphy, written and drawn by Sean Murphy. Love me some Sean Murphy. Very few guys can write and pull off art. Now, very few guys can do both of those things at the same time well. Sean Murphy not only can write extremely well, but his art is, dare I say, maybe besides Jerome Opeña, which they had different styles, he may be the best there is. He may be the best there is in the game. His Batman White Knight is not in continuity. Now, some of you guys that aren't into comic books, you're going to be like, what does not in continuity mean? It means like this is not in our DC universe. This is a story that takes place outside of it, kind of like the multiverse. Like, this is Earth 0 in the DC universe. Seriously, that's what it's called. In another universe, it may be Earth 3, 32, 5. I don't know. You fucking pick a number. It doesn't make a difference. So that's where this story is. Joker is looking like the hero here. And this is what I like. This is what I liked about it. I try not to spoil the comic books either, guys, because trust me, there's nothing better than reading a comic book and you're going page, 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 page. Oh, shit. There's nothing better than that. It's just like watching a great movie and they're fucking hitting you in the fucking face with something. Comic books, it's a different medium, but the same techniques apply. So I try not to spoil anything. So what I'll tell you is, this is what I liked about the issue. Some of the best stories in literature, comic books, whatever, fables for that matter, mirror events that are happening in our reality as of right now. Sean Murphy's telling a tale about how our relationship with the 1% of America, police brutality, and this strange romantic infatuation that the Joker has with Batman. So he's doing a lot of stuff and he's balancing it really, really well. Like, I'm never reading a page, I'm never bored, and I'm never going, what the fuck? Now, sometimes that happens and it ends up being fine at the end. I'm cool with that. But Sean Murphy's got a very, very smooth style of writing, and I really dig it. And I tell you what, this story has a little bit of a transitional issue too, but the art makes up for anything that could be wrong with this book. I mean, Sean Murphy is a fucking comic book art rock star. He really is. Now, the cons. Harley Quinn makes a debut in this book. There's two Harleys, and I'm not going to lie, it was a little confusing. And then how Jack Napier, who is the Joker, how he didn't know which one was which at first was a little confusing to me. And I don't think Sean Murphy meant for it to come off as confusing as it was. Maybe he did. Maybe he's trying to illustrate that this Joker's still not right. But there's still a lot of story to tell in this. And it's going to be fine. Issue 2, and I'm going to tell you, out of any miniseries, issue 2 is usually a letdown. The first issue's fantastic. You're pumped. You're hyped. Conan Wonder Woman from a few weeks ago. Conan Wonder Woman number 1. I loved it. I was like, oh, this is so cool with these flashback scenes. And did Conan and Diana know each other when they were kids? This is awesome. Then the second issue hits and you're like, oh, God, this is fucking terrible. So now that's an extreme case. But issue 2 is sometimes a letdown. This is not that. Don't get me wrong, guys. This is not a letdown. Issue 2, sometimes a letdown, but it's strong everywhere else, and it's still one of the best titles on the shelves. 8.2. So, for a letdown issue, you got a fucking 8.2. So, Batman White Knight, it's a fantastic story. Go check that shit out, man. Highly, highly recommended. All right, Astonishing X-Men, number 5, by Charles Soule. And Ramon, I don't know this guy's name, and I'm going to tell you why it doesn't make a difference in a minute. Rosanius, whatever. He ain't that good, and that's going to be one of my cons. But Astonishing X-Men is one of my favorite books on the shelves as far as X-Men books go. You've got gold, you've got blue, you've got this big push on X-Men. The Astonishing X-Men started, holy shit, really, really strong. Great artists. You had Diodato, then you had McGinnis. You had some really good artists. Then they started getting these guys. And it's like, whoa, dude, these guys are terrible. What the fuck happened? But it's still one of my favorite X books. Charles Soule keeps us guessing if this is our Charles Xavier or not. Now, like I said, no spoiler because you're issue 5. Charles Xavier is in the astral plane battling Farouk, the Shadow King, who's a X-Men foe for many, many a year, and he's a fucking high-powered one. So they're doing this mental chess game by using the X-Men that have entered the astral plane to stop Farouk. They have no idea about Charles Xavier. In this issue, Charles makes it known to Rogue that yes, it is him. He's not just some figment of anybody's imagination, or is he? Oh, we don't know yet. But he's trying to tell her what is going on and how he's trying to help them. So it's really cool. And man, I tell you what, you really learn that Charles Xavier is the most powerful telepath in the Marvel Universe. Like when he starts saying about his level of deceit that he's been given to Farouk, and Farouk's no slouch himself, you really are like, God damn, Charles is a bad motherfucker. So, but is it Charles? We already know Charles has a deal that if he wins, he gets to take out the X-Men. So what's up with that? You know, so we're going to find out. The cons, the art is total shit. I mean, I swear to God, like if you even look at this, all right, look at this cover. Did I show you the cover? It's not much. Just look. I mean, really? Is that Bishop? Is that Gambit? What the fuck? Come on, man. Not good, especially when they gave us great artists to begin with. Not good. And there's been too many artists on the book. Like you go from Diodato, who's fantastic, and then you go to Ed McGuinness, which I like McGuinness, don't get me wrong. But it's you gotta have some continuity in the artwork. And like, don't give me this style, and then give me this style, and then give me this style. I mean, it just really doesn't do well for the story. Let's see. Still a compelling story, but it's losing steam when it really should be hitting its stride right now in issue 5. Because Blazing Defender rule is I give everything 3 issues. This survived that. Okay, so it needs to be really ramping up. This does it, and then it doesn't because the art is so terrible. 6.8. 6.8. I wanted to give it a 7, but I just really couldn't give it a 7. Sorry. Couldn't give you a 7. All right. This next book, like I said, guys, this is a good fucking week, man. Oh, you know what? I'm going to do Vader next. Where's Vader? Look at this, Darth Vader. And you're like, whoa, what's all them red lightsabers? Who are these dudes? Well, for all you numbnuts, you Star Wars fans, or you so-called Star Wars fans, I call you filthy casual Star Wars fans. If you're not reading the Marvel Comics, you're really, really doing yourself a disservice. Because there's a lot of shit going on in these comic books that can come back later and be canon for the films. Now, this Darth Vader series is the second volume since Marvel Comics took it back over. Charles Soule, again, on this book. It's fantastic. The first Darth Vader series was my series of the year last year for 2016. This is definitely going to be in my list for 2017. It's going to surpass the first volume. And this is why. You're really getting to see how the Empire and Vader and Palpatine wiped out the Jedi. You're getting ready to see all this. There's no more, how'd they do it? There's no way. And the Jedi scattered. And yeah, well, guess what? They get fucking hunted down. And there's an introduction of a new, she's a Jedi, but she was the archive of the Jedi Temple. This chick like knew everything. Her name is Jocasta Nu, and Palpatine wants her fucking hunted down. Now, what's cool about this is Palpatine has given the Inquisitors to Vader to train. This book, like, the top 2 villains out of any genre, any medium. Think about it, all right? Who are your top 2 villains? And I've kind of given away because Vader's going to be one of them, right? Okay. Who's the other one? The Joker, right? Okay. Top 2 villains. For years, I was always like, yes, she was in episode 3. Casey makes a good point. She was in episode 3, but you didn't talk. She was the one when Obi-Wan was looking for the planet. The planet that he couldn't find on Camino. It was Camino, right? Camino was the planet that was supposed to be in the solar system that wasn't. And then he went to Yoda, and the younglings were like, oh, that means somebody tampered with it. Yeah, you know, that little fucker. But yes, he was. What I meant was she's introduced here as a new Jedi in the comic books. But yes, Casey, thanks for pointing that out that I messed that up. But anyway, so Palpatine wants her hunted down, and now Vader has these Inquisitors to train. So this book opens up, and this is the reason I was talking about the top 2 villains. For years, I didn't really understand Vader being so, like, feared. Yeah, he was badass and all that shit. Yeah, that's scary. I get it. And he's black, and, you know, all black people are scary. I get it. No. He didn't do shit to have this reputation. The comic books have given him that reputation for me. This book starts out where the Grand Inquisitor goes to look at how Vader's training him, and Vader's cutting off their fucking arms. And he's like, "What are you doing?" And he's like, "They're weak. They fight like Jedi. This will remind him of that." Like, you got all these Inquisitors laying down, they ain't no fucking, their left arms cut off. And you're like, holy shit. And, you know, the Grand Inquisitor's like, "Hey, man, you know, we're all ex-Jedi, so, like, we're formidable." He goes, "No, you're weak." He said, "Jedi only attack, like, they're defensive fighters. Like, they only attack when they're attacked. You need to learn not to do that because you'll lose." And it's like, oh my God, this motherfucker's awesome. So anyway, so there's a rift going on between him and the Grand Inquisitor because he's basically like, you know, "Palpatine, trust me." And Vader's like, "No, he don't. You need to worry about me, dude. You don't even talk to the Palpatine anymore. You don't even talk to him. You deal with me, motherfucker." So now they're out to find this librarian, Jocasta Nu, and she's doing some shit that is really, really cool. And oh man, it may spoil it for some people in the chat, but like, okay, Casey, so what she's trying to do, does that end up really becoming a thing, or is that something we hope to see later? I know there's a lag with me asking a question coming through. So we'll see. But that's really cool, man. Like, I don't watch Star Wars Rebels, and like, Ahsoka has been mentioned, like, indirectly. I know who she is, because I did watch a couple seasons. But I know Ahsoka has been mentioned, and they're teasing about a surprise Jedi, a familiar Jedi coming back. So I'm really curious who that is. This is a fantastic book, guys. I mean, really, have I not just said it? Now, okay, here are the cons. The cons are the art. Giuseppe Camuncoli, I hate the way he draws Vader. I fucking hate the way he draws Vader. But his landscapes, how he draws other planets, and his fight scenes really kind of make up for it for me. So his armor's round, and it shouldn't be. It should be more angular. I don't know. Maybe that's being a little picky, but it's very badass. I love the Inquisitors. I love what Vader's doing with them. I love the Palpatine Vader chemistry, like the way they talk to each other. It's kind of cool. And this Jocasta Nu, I love her. Like, she's so chill, man. And like when she pulls out her lightsaber, she's like, "We thought we were done. We're not done yet." And I'm like, this whole bitch is badass. So yeah, I love Vader number 7, man. 9.1. I think it's really, really cool what they're doing with her. And I'm really hoping that they're laying Easter eggs for some stuff that we might see in The Last Jedi and maybe even Episode 9. So that would be really fucking cool, right? All right, 2 more books. 1 more book before we get to the pick of the day. All right, the Dark Knight's Metal tie-in, Batman the Devastator. And that's a foil embossed cover. That's the reason it kind of shines like that on camera. For my iTunes listeners, I'm showing the guys the cover by Jason Fabok. Oh, friend of the show, Jason Fabok. But yeah, this is by Frank Terreri and Tony Daniel. This may be one of my favorite Dark Knight origins. And why is because of all the BVS references. Like, there is a fight that is taken basically directly out of the movie. And it kind of uses the Injustice storyline, but it also kind of takes from the Batman versus Superman, the dream of the Nightmare Batman. It kind of takes from that too. You don't know why in Batman's dream that, or not maybe a dream, but like time boom or whatever they call it, where he's actually seeing something that's going to happen in the future. You don't know why Superman has went bad, but he has. So, and what do we always say about Batman? Why does Batman always win? Is it lenticular? I thought it was foil embossed. I thought that's what they called this. No, Jason, lenticular is when they change. I had one back here. The button cover with Flash and Batman, that's a lenticular. This is what they call foil embossed. Like if I took it out as plastic, it looks like it's got like foil on it. Pretty sure that's right. But anyway, so and what we always say about Batman, all right? Batman always has a plan. He always has a contingency. That's why he never loses. Well, you know, Batman's got the fucking spear with the kryptonite on the end, and fucking Superman shoots his fucking arm off. Like, well, you ain't using that. And then Superman's talking shit to him. He's like, you know, for years, people have always talked about how you could beat me. You can't beat me. You know, like he's talking shit. And Batman's like, well, fuck. I thought I could, but now I'm really going into my bag of tricks. This Bruce Wayne from this dark universe had manufactured a doomsday virus. And he inhales this doomsday virus and becomes Doomsday. And the fight after that is basically the fight from BVS when Superman fights Doomsday. And spoiler alert, he loses. Okay, that's not really a spoiler alert because in all these dark iterations, this is what happens. Okay? So now, of course, the Batman that laughs comes to the Devastator and is like, hey, look, you know, this universe was doomed anyway. But I can take you to another one and we can change it together. That's how he's gotten all these guys. And so the Devastator comes to our Earth, Earth Zero. Remember, in the multiverse, Earth Zero in this DC universe. And we open with him fighting Lobo. Now, if anybody knows, I love Lobo. If anybody knows Lobo, he's kind of like a Hulk and a Wolverine combined. You almost can't kill him. He heals from any wound. He's super strong, super fast, super brawly. And Devastator fucks him up. Like, I'm like, holy shit, is Lobo really dead? This is fucked up. Like, all these Dark Knights that have came over, they are big time players, you all. And now with Superman taken out of the picture, I'm getting a little ahead of myself because this is all part of the Metal storyline, but this is a tie-in. But I loved this because of one thing. It gets emotional when Bruce shows up and sees Lois. And then, like, he's Bruce. And she's like, Bruce, where have you been at? Where's Clark? I'm keeping on this strong face. People are freaking out. I'm starting to freak out. And then he shows that he's really not the Bruce from this world. So, and then he becomes Doomsday, the Devastator. And he really kind of wants to save Lois. And he thinks he is. He thinks that Superman has made everybody weak by thinking that you can be better than you are. And it's a lie. To him, it's a lie. So he infects Lois. So Lois, being the mother, runs to John. And that's where it got really good for me, is she's out to save John. She knows she's fucked. So she's going to save John. Superman, being a smart dude too, they had a contingency plan for something like this for John. So that was really cool. This was one of my favorite. And I love Tony Daniel's work. And I think every one of these origin stories gets a little bit better. Now, this is the con that I have. All these origin stories, they're one issue, so it's really condensed. It's really fast. And sometimes you can feel like, really? Not with this one. This one was very good, and it was emotional. Great artwork. Great fight scenes. Just really cool. And I love the BVS references, too. So, 8.8. I could have went as high as a 9, but I'm just, trying to be a dick. But no, really, it was pretty good. I loved it. And like I said, it was probably one of my favorites. All right, guys. Time to get to the pick of the week. Yeah, Mike Woodard does this great pick of the week. That meow meow sound was like me playing a metal riff. All right. Huge shock. Captain America 695, guys. And let me just start by saying, our Captain America is fucking back, baby. He's back in a big way. Now, what makes this book so special and that has been so hyped is Mark Waid and Chris Samnee are probably one of the best creative teams in comic books working today, if not the best. Snyder, Capullo right up there. These guys have done great work on Black Widow, on Daredevil. I mean, they're just so good together. I love Mark Waid. So when I heard that they were going to be in charge of bringing our Cap back, I was pretty excited about it. Okay, now at the end of Legacy #1, we see our Captain America coming back to us, and he's shaking. And he's kind of like, I've got to figure some shit out on my own. So he gets on his motorcycle and kind of takes off. That's the last time we see him. So the concept of this book is, and I believe this is what they're going to do for every issue, is he's going to be traveling to a different place and coming up against a different challenge each issue with a larger lurking danger every issue until we get to the end of the story arc. So, but Cap's trying to find himself. He's still dealing with the fallout from Secret War. The script is really good because it doesn't get preachy and it doesn't get too heavy. And what happens is Cap, it starts out in the beginning, Cap is foiling a bank robbery by some premise known as the Rampart. Okay? So, in doing that, some of these people don't know who he is, which that makes the continuity in this book a little bit weird because it was 10 years ago, okay? So, some people are like, who are you? You know, and he's telling this little girl, like, her and her brother are freaking out. And I mean, these guys are shooting and buying Cap's trying to save people and take them out. So, he gets them to safety and he tells her, he goes, hey, you have to watch him because you're bigger than he is. So, you have to make sure he's safe. And she's like, okay. And then there's a scene where one of these guys kind of gets the drop on Cap, and the kid kind of is like, no, you leave him alone. And Cap's like, oh shit. And they shoot, and Cap saves him with the shield. And what's cool is, after the shot ricochets off the shield, it hits the flag inside the building, and Cap not only takes the guy out and comes over and gets the flag before it hits the ground. Fucking Cap is back, motherfuckers. So that was really cool. And that's just in the first scene, you know, like the first flashback scene. So this place was, Bennington, Nebraska. Fuck, it was somewhere in Nebraska. I can't remember now. But when he goes back, now it's Captain America, Nebraska. And they're having an anniversary, for Captain America, the day that he came in and foiled this bank robbery and saved all these people. Now, Cap's not there just, oh, I'm driving around. Oh, Captain America, Nebraska. I think I'll stop in. Oh, they're having a... It's not that. You end up finding out why Cap's there at the end. I'm not going to spoil that for you because that was pretty cool. But you've got all these people up there telling their story, how Captain America reached them. And they seen him do this. And their father told him about that. And it's just really cool. And people are looking at Cap going, hey, man, that's a cool cosplay. Like, no one thinks he's Steve Rogers. Like, man, you really look like Steve Rogers. But no one thinks that. So, after the world has been turned upside down from Secret Empire, what is so cool about this is this small community that Cap touched 10 years ago, they still remember their Captain America and what he meant to them. And that's what they're celebrating that day. So when this Rampart show back up, okay, the Rampant, I think that's what they're called. They're kind of like a Hydra spinoff, it looks like. They're there because of the anniversary that they got their ass kicked. Well, they're back to show that they're better now, they're badder now. Well, they had no idea that Cap was going to be waiting for them, and he was. So now everybody sees Captain America for what he, like, oh shit. This is our Steve Rogers. And when the people come up to him, it's like, hey, you taught us back then. We stand up for ourselves. Like, you taught us that. Like, you know, even back when this guy was doing this, we were still standing up for ourselves because that's what we believe in. So, man, I'm telling you, man, I got teary-eyed at the end of this. Like, I was like, oh my God. Like, and Cap's badass. Like, the shit that he says to these guys, like, you know, Cap don't talk shit, really. But when he does, and he says like a little something like, you come and get it. You know what I mean? You're like, oh my God. So it was so good. And it just gave you that feeling like you did when you were a kid and you were reading comic books and you got excited, and they captured that for me in this book, man. So good. Okay, the cons, I have to have a con on every book because no book's perfect, unless there's 2 books that are actually perfect. But anyway, the opening was a little confusing, but then as you read the story, it clears it up. I'm just stupid. But, you know, I almost cried at the end of this book. That's a con and a pro because I always cry after books. But it was just so uplifting, so emotional. It's a fantastic book. This series is bringing Cap back. He's bringing Cap back for all of us. The heroic Cap that inspires all of us, regardless of race or gender. And that's what, to me, that's what Captain America represents. You know, there was a big discrepancy when the Falcon became Cap, and people were pissed off, and other people thought, you're just mad because it's a black guy. No, man, you know, you're kind of missing what Cap represents. Yeah, he's white, but he represents the best in all of us. It's not white or black. It's just like, do the fucking right thing, man. So that's one of the reasons Cap's my favorite and always will be. 9-7, pick of the week. Chris Samnee and Mark Waid have done it again. I'm not saying this is going to be the greatest run on Captain America of all time, but by God, this first issue was fantastic. And it's a great, this is one of the reasons I like this book too. This is a great jumping on point, more than any of my other books, for new fans. Like if you want to get started reading comic books today, Captain America 695 is a great place to start. It's kind of like he's back, he's different. He's got to learn who he is again, and guess what? You can learn who he is along the journey, and that's what makes comic books so fucking fantastic, guys. But 695, 9.7, it was awesome. Please check that out. Oh, and Chris Samnee, let me just say about his art. His art is very comic booky. And what I mean by that, he doesn't have near the details like somebody like Jerome Opeña or, let's see, who's the other guy? Oh, Sean Murphy. Doesn't have near the detail, but it's like classic comic book art, and his action scenes are really, really fantastic. Casey gives it a 10 out of 10. Man, Casey, I really wanted to. Okay, the reason I didn't, and this is why, like, the reason I started podcasting about comic books is because every comic book show that I listened to, they either loved everything, or it was a DC show, they loved all the DC stuff, or it's a Marvel show, and they loved all the Marvel stuff. It wasn't objective. And I'm a Captain America fucking fan. Like, he's my favorite. So I felt like, yeah, me crying at the end of a book, that's a 10.10. Or that's a 10-0. That's a 10 all day long. It's a perfect score. But, you know, like, I try to look at it from, like, if someone else is reading the book, they're not going to get emotional about it like I did because my motherfucking guy's back. You know what I mean? So, but I think a lot of people, even if they're not familiar with Cap, they can get that sense of pride and be inspired by these stories of average people talking about what Cap meant to them. So, you know, maybe you read comic books as a kid and you hadn't read them for years. I got a feeling you're going to get some of that nostalgia back if you read 695. So, yeah, man, I personally is 10 out of 10, but from the critic standpoint, I have to not give it that perfect score. But again, you know, I should maybe went 9.9. You know what, Casey? I think I will. I think I'll change my shit right now. 9.9, motherfuckers. 7 can be made a 9 very easily. I just did it. But, yeah, guys, so that's it for the show. And as I sign off, I do want to say one thing. You know, I say this every show. The world's crazy. And the last few days, it has gotten a lot crazier. With things happening in Vegas, the church shooting a couple days ago in Texas, which is fucking just, it blows my mind. And then today, in a very nice neighborhood in Louisville, we had a 15-year-old kill a guy that was married. He's been married for 9 days. Him and his wife were robbed, walking back to their car from maybe dinner or night out, I don't know. And I don't know if the 15-year-old shot him, but the 15-year-old, there was a 15-year-old arrested. My point being is, it's crazy. It's fucking crazy out there. Head on a fucking swivel. You know, the military say it a lot. Be aware of your surroundings. And guys, just, you know, I don't know, man. I really don't know what the fuck I'm saying. But just be careful. Love everybody. Love one another. Treat people like you'd want to be fucking treated. And everything will be just fucking fine. Oh, and yeah, don't be fucking crazy. How about that? How about just don't kill people? How about that? Just don't kill people. Unless they hit your dog, then you can kill them. And it's okay by me. But yeah, guys, thanks for joining in. I really appreciate it. And great comic books this week. I mean, one of the best weeks for a short week, like it was for me. It was fantastic. But yeah, check Vader out, check Metal out, check Captain America out. A lot of good stuff. Go see fucking Thor. Let me know what you thought about Thor. And guys, you can leave reviews on the Facebook page. I didn't know that till a couple of people did. And I was like, what's this? Oh, that's awesome. So yeah, if you want to leave a review on the Facebook page, that's fantastic. If you want to leave a review on iTunes, that'd be even greater. Because that really helps me out, you know, getting, what they call it, analytics. I don't know all these crazy terms, all the science and voodoo shit that they talk about, but it does help. So if you want to help me out, that'd be great. Guys, new shirts are coming. I'm going to wear a couple on the show. Christmas is coming up. Nothing would make your loved ones happier than a Blazing Defender shirt for Christmas. Oh my goodness. Oh my God. Like, I don't even know if your family has been that good this year to get one of those. But if they are, you let me know. We can make that shit happen. But guys, thanks a lot for tuning in. I want to thank everybody in the chat. Have a happy Monday. I hope I made your Monday a little bit better. I know Mondays suck, but we're going to try to do the show every Monday from here on out. I think Monday works better for everybody. So thanks a lot. Blazing Defenders out. Peace. Mike. All right, buddy. That's it for the show, man. Thank you for what you do, pal. I'll be sending this to you directly. See ya. Oh, my God. Ugh. Dude, I need some fucking headphones with some air conditioners in them. Big Sam's in the chat. Well, ain't that some shit? All right. Oh, Dennis. Come on, Dennis. I tell everybody how funny you are, and you throw a joke like that in chat. Guys, I take it all back. I take it all back. They ain't that funny. Actually, Philip Keating is kind of the talent of the show. Dennis may be the brains of the operation, but Philip's the talent. There you have it. Sorry. You did it yourself, Dennis. I'm getting this ready to send to my wonderful producer. Save all. See, you don't have to do this shit, Dennis. I'm slave labor. 54 in the books, bitches. See, Dennis, this is what I have to do. I have to go through and make it an MP3 from a WAV file. Hit render and then wait 10 minutes. What number was the cat book again? 695. 695 is the one that came out last week. Mark Waid's Chris Samney. It's good, buddy. You're going to want to... Yeah. Hey, Dennis, I render this shit and fucking send it on, brother. Send it on. And then Mike puts all the bells and whistles and all your all's great promos. Yeah, do you really? Like, well, this was an hour show, right? Was it an hour? I was maybe a little over an hour, maybe. I'm halfway through right now my render. You don't use Reaper, though, do you? Export the file to MP. Yeah. Dude, this is cake, man. Like, using Reaper. Your dad was where? In the chat? Or in the... Use Audacity. I use Reaper. It's almost done. Like, it literally took, It took 1 minute, 16 seconds to take my WAV file to MP3. Then all I do is save it, go to working files, go to Dropbox, click and drag it to Mike, and it goes to Mike in seconds. And then Mike gives it back to me. It's done. Yeah, it does. Oh, that's awesome, Jason. Well, tell your dad thanks, man. Tell your dad, I hope he liked the show. Maybe your dad wants a shirt. Maybe your dad wants a shirt. But no, yeah, Dennis, it's pretty easy, man. Then Mike, like I said, he puts all the bells and whistles, puts your all's promos in the front, which have been really good, by the way. They've been awesome. And I like the strip on command joke. That was pretty good. Rendering at 160, I don't know what that means. Let me see here. Is that a lame rate? I don't know what that means. My bit rate's 128. My buy rate's 128. Oh. Yeah, I don't pick the quality. Just says, yeah, buy rate 128. Quality is 40. Oh, the buy rate. Okay, yeah, mine's 128. Thanks, Casey. Appreciate it, buddy. Hey, man, I'll get you on the show this week, okay? The higher the buy rate, the longer the export. Okay. Oh, okay. So yours is actually exporting faster than mine. Yeah, thanks, Case. Congratulations, man, on breaking the panel. That's cool. That's cool stuff. All right. Dennis, have you seen Thor yet? You have not seen Thor yet, I don't think. Renders and all that shit. Yeah, dude, right? Hey, Marcos, I'm with you. I don't know none of this shit, dude. Oh, that's right. You told me you seen it. I apologize. I remember you saying that now. Is it tomorrow? Yeah. Yeah. Oh, yes. Yes, I am. I am going to be on there. Yes. Do you remember what time? Oh, is it Wednesday? Oh, man. I really wish it was tomorrow. Fuck. Yeah. Okay. Nah, I mean, I can look at the chat. I didn't know. It's all good. Yeah, but I will be there Wednesday. I mean, really, Chris? I mean, it's 4:30, dude. Come on. We went back. All right, y'all. Come on with it. Come on. I'll put both you motherfuckers on the couch downstairs. I'm sure y'all not strangers are sleeping next to each other. Nah, man, we'll make it work, man. We'll definitely make it work. But yeah. But no, guys, you're gonna check out some of those books, man. Let me know what you thought about Thor. And I appreciate it, man. We can snuggle. Yeah, you motherfuckers can snuggle all you want. I just don't want that to see it. But guys, thanks a lot for tuning in. Share this video to your friends. Share it on your pages or whatever. I really appreciate it. And I'll see you next Monday. And Dennis, I'll see you guys on Wednesday. Peace.